Good morning, YouTubers. How we doing today? Labor Day 2012, out for a little ride, a little vlog. Kind of rested a while after I did that horrendously long vlog August 18th about the poker run I had to raise money for autism. That was a labor of love, getting that all on there. I tried to get as much of it on there as I could for the people on the ride, so it is long, but that's what they wanted, and that's what they got. Okay, today's topic, something I had happen to me about a week ago. I was on my way home from work, and I just got up by my house and went past my house because I said, well, I got to stop and get some gasoline. And I was going by my house, just about a block away, and I noticed there's a business on the left-hand side of the street, like on that side of the street, and there's a parking lot. And I'm going down the street, probably 35 miles an hour, and I see out of one of my eyes this guy coming out of the parking lot, coming up to where he would enter the street, across the street, but he's not looking like he's going to slow down. So I start getting a little worried, and sure enough, he's fooling with something in his seat that he probably just bought, and he comes right out, turns right into the street, makes a left-hand turn, and comes right into my lane. Well, by now, I'm on the horn. I've got my wheels locking up, and I'm trying to feather. I don't have any lock brakes on this 30-year-old bike, so I'm trying to feather my brakes on the front, so I have some kind of steering, and he just keeps coming into my lane. I'm on the horn, and I finally, I'm basically locked up and sliding, at least on the rear, and I'm trying to get closer to the curb to the right, to where I'm just a few inches away from the curb when the guy looks up, and he pulls up beside me, and this is where I said some things that I am not proud of by any stretch of the imagination, but I was just a tiny bit on the upset side. The guy just about killed me. Well, after I got done making a fool out of myself, saying some things I shouldn't have said, there's all this water still. We had so much rain, it's just ridiculous. New police station going up there. Oh, I digress. Excuse me. Anyway, I am saying things that are not too polite as the guy looks up and gets kind of in front of me, you know, and I'm locking my brakes up and I'm coming to a stop, sliding behind the guy. Well, the guy stops in the middle of the street about 20 feet in front of me and jumps out of his car. My heart is just pounding because I thought, you know, I just come this close to getting creamed really good. He jumps out of the car, runs back, and I'm thinking, well, he's going to see if I'm all right and everything. First thing out of his mouth was, "Don't you ever curse at me again." And I'm just dumbfounded. I said, "What?" He said, "I'm telling you, don't you ever curse at me again." I said, "Do you realize you almost just killed me?" And here, this even gets wilder. "I don't care about that. Don't you ever curse at me again." And my mind is just reeling. I just can't believe that this person is saying this to me. And I'll admit I said some things that I shouldn't have said. And I'm usually very, very good controlling my temper and stuff. I had a long time. I had 7 years of martial arts when I was younger. It taught me discipline and how to control myself. Plus, I had a life-changing event back in the late 70s that has changed my life and my outlook for the rest of my life. Enough said about that, but so I shouldn't have said it. But the guy comes up and he doesn't say, "Are you okay? I'm sorry. I almost hurt. You know, I made a mistake. I wasn't looking where I was supposed to be looking. I didn't stop." First thing out of his mouth, "Don't you ever curse at me again." Well, when I finally started to regain some sense, I said, "Do you understand what you just did?" That's when it came out of his mouth again. "I know what I did. I don't care. Don't you ever curse at me again. You're not going to curse at me again." Now, the human nature in me wanted to get off my motorcycle. And I'm 60 years old now, folks. But I've had enough training and I know enough to where I can take care of myself still. But I've also learned some things in life throughout those 60 years. So all that's going through my mind, and I said to him, "Do you realize what you just did?" I said, "You almost killed me." I mean, I could have been talking to that pole right over there. "You cursed at me. Don't you ever curse at me again. No one curses at me." Okay. Well, I'm holding up my bike in the middle of the street. And I almost thought, well, we'll just carry this conversation over here to the side, to this parking lot. But I tried to control myself and I said, "I'll tell you what, if this had been someone else on a different day, things might have been a whole lot different for you." I said, "You're going to get in somebody's face like that, the wrong person's face like that at the wrong time, and who knows what's going to happen to you." I told him, I said, "You're lucky it was me today and not someone else." And I'm telling you, it took me hours. I went up and got the gas right there at the corner. I was only a block away from getting gas, and it took me hours to get over that. I just couldn't believe it. And the anger, you know, I asked the Lord to let the anger go, and He did, you know, to let it pass from me. But it was just the sheer unbelief that someone else, a fellow human being, would have more concern about me losing my temper, not physically towards him, but saying some things in the heat of the moment, than he would with my well-being, with another human being's well-being. It took me hours just to process that. So, anyway, I haven't been on my bike in a week, mostly because of the rain, like I said, but a little bit of that was in contemplation of this ignoramus that I ran into. You know, and it's a hard thing to control your temper sometimes. And, oh no, I don't want to ride this road. Let me get off this mess. They've stripped this down. Holy crap, holy. See if I can get in here. Anyway, it leaves a lot to think about, and that's my vlog of the day. What would you have said? How would you have handled it? a life experience. Loads of fun. Okay, let me chop this one off while I try to find my way out of this parking lot. Have a good day, brothers.